Well, welcome everyone to the Mary Red Nelson Panther Nation Alumni Show. I had to look down because this is brand new, a brand new show on YouTube here, and it's for the Mary Red Nelson Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter of Virginia Union University, representing all of Hampton Roads and all the graduates and friends of Virginia Union University. And this is our first video. This is our inaugural video introducing our channel. And we appreciate you joining us. And we have a very special guest here, our leader, the guy that's keeping us moving. And he's Dennis Riddick. He's the president of the Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter. Hello, Dennis, and welcome.
Thank you, Slim, for having me. We're very appreciative and grateful for this challenge. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and thanks for coming. And we're excited about the channel. And I'll tell you, we're going to do a lot of things with this channel. We're going to introduce, well, interview or talk to, have discussions with present students. We're going to do that, and we're going to talk to alums that from all the different years and generations, and we're going to cover some sports and try to talk to the president of the university, and probably try to talk to him several times to get updates from time to time about what's going on at Virginia Union. So stay tuned. This is going to be your information channel here in the Hampton Roads area and throughout the United States. We have a lot of people spread out throughout the United States that have attended Virginia Union University, and also the friends, because we can't forget about the parents that send their kids to Virginia or their students to Virginia Union University that might want to still support or be a friend, even though they didn't attend, unfortunately. But anyway, they couldn't help that. But anyway, we want to be here. And Dennis, let's talk about, let's let the people know a little bit about the alumni. The alumni has been around for a long time, but recently it's been a name change. I think it used to be called do you remember the Paco Stevens Alumni Associate?
It was
Well, anyway,
Portsmouth chapter,
yeah.
the Portsmouth chapter that we had. As president, I've been president for 5 years. I came aboard in 2019. The name of the chapter was the Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter, the
Mhm.
Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter. We experienced, after the first year, we experienced COVID, and we were meeting uh, in South Norfolk in the library, and we were trying to find places to have our monthly meetings, first Saturdays of the month, and it was just real difficult. So COVID came, we went virtual, and that was a blessing to our chapter because we went from some like 10, 15 members to 45 members, 48 members. So we meet every Saturday, the first Saturday of the month, and our meetings are virtual at 10 o'clock each month, each Saturday, the first Saturdays of the month.
And you're kind of going in and out the connection, but we're getting the gist of what you're saying. So if I feel like it needs to be repeated, I'll ask you to repeat it. But yeah, and talk about, we have about 48 members now, and I'm sure it's quite a few other alums that are in the seven cities of Hampton Roads, and if you want to add Williamsburg as well, in this area that attended. So we'll make that appeal out to them to join us. It's easy to come to the meetings, like the president said. We do it virtually, so you can do it at home, long as you dress from the waist up. You're cool, and just come and be a part of us. And I think the dues, we just upped the dues, $50 a year. So I think anybody that is out here now can afford the $50 a year, and it will support everything that we try to do as a university. And of course, the purpose of the alumni is to give back and support the university. Dennis, talk about the two endowments that we've done, which is, I think, is
We
it's something
we
that
have
not every alumni association does, but
it has been endowed. Both scholarships have been endowed. We named two scholarships after individuals that were that's alive. These are two individuals that exemplify visionary and servant leadership. That's Reverend Joby Fleming and Mary Red Nelson. and a little bit of history about Joe B. Fleming. Reason why we named it in 2020 we named a scholarship after Reverend Joe B. Fleming. Joe B. Fleming is a pastor, is a pastor emeritus of Third Biology in 1967. This man loved Virginia Union. He pastored in
Yes,
Richmond,
he
and he
did.
also Portsmouth. But he was very instrumental in raising. Dr. Lucas said one of our fundraisers we had the last signature fundraiser said that Dr. Lucas said that Reverend Joe B. Fleming is very instrumental in raising over $1 million for Virginia Union over the years, be it the School of Theology or the undergrad. This man loved Union. Our last signature fundraiser we had, I think it was 2018, a fundraiser. Joe B. Fleming, in 20 minutes, was able to raise close to $20,000. And he called it the rally. He asked
Yeah.
people to stand up. He said, I need 10 people, $1,000. And then another 10 people give me $500. And everybody else just rallied. And Mary Red Nelson said that Reverend Joe B. Fleming was a catalyst in this area raising funds. He knew how to rally and raise money. He knew how to shake money. He knew
Mhm.
he had the gift to get to give money to Virginia Union. So that's why we named the scholarship after him.
Yeah, he was great at doing that. And you talk about that event when we used to have the breakfasts to raise money every year. And most of those people that were at that event that day had already given. But once he got up there, and you knew what was coming because, like you said, he did that throughout the city of Portsmouth whenever some funds needed to be raised, and people trusted him and loved him to know that what they were giving was going towards a good cause. And I think that's one of the reasons when you have someone like that that you can trust, and he's not up there just blowing smoke. The money is going to a good cause to help out the students at Virginia Union University. That was an amazing day to raise that money. And it wasn't like we had 1,000 people in there. I don't know the
I'm very
exact number.
grateful. Very grateful. It
Okay,
was over
Dennis, I
twenty
think we
thousand
lost your
dollars
sound
we
there.
raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
So,
hear me
and,
now?
and then comes
So
up
it was over
the
twenty
next year.
thousand.
Okay. Then we came up the next year and said we did so well with that. And it was a virtual telethon that we had. The next time we raised that money for an endowment. And how much did we raise for the well, you just said $25,000. So the next year we did an endowment in the name of Mary Red Nelson. Talk about that.
That was before the COVID, but it was a virtual scholarship that we named the
Oh,
scholarship after Dr. Reverend Joe B. Fleming. He is a doctor from Joe B. Fleming, and we raised 31,000. And he was able. The ministers were very instrumental in helping us. Churches were very instrumental. His own church raised a considerable amount of money, but this is a man who just loves Virginia Union. To be the luncheon jail story, and
mhm.
what he would do is go out his way and tell you about Virginia Union and the love he had for Union.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Okay, I don't know. It seems like you're going in and out, Dennis. Your connection,
So
but I don't know. Can you hear me now?
connecting is going in and out also.
Mine's is with you. Okay, so well, let's try to make it through this, and then talk about the next endowment and or explain
I
why
can hear
we
you, but it's going in and out.
going in and out? Okay, I'm sorry for that. We just have this connection, and people, this happens sometimes. We have the connections. We dealing with the internet, and sometimes, and especially, I noticed with some of the people in Suffolk when we try to do a virtual thing in Suffolk, we have the in and out thing. So we're going to work on that, and but we're going to try
I mean,
to go ahead.
that's not. In
Yeah.
2021, we renamed our chapter after Mary Red. Mary graduated from Virginia Union in 1967. She educated herself and she paid her way through school. I met Mary years ago when she was the president of the executive director of the Urban League in Richmond. Um, Mary helped organize the Richmond Alumni chapter. Later, she became president of the Richmond Alumni chapter. Then, after she became president of the National National Alumni chapter. When she became president of that, she was placed on the board of trustees. She was the first VUU alumni president to be placed on the board of trustees at Virginia Union.
Okay, and if you can hear me, do do you have your phone? Because sometimes the phone is stronger. Do you want to? Because you're on your computer now. Sometimes that's where the connection is bad. Do you have your phone and can you come on your phone if you hear me?
Let me try. Hold on.
He's going to try on his phone right now because sometimes the phone signals are a little stronger with the connections with the computers. So he's going to try to come on with his phone and see if we can get a more solid signal. But we are here. We are here in the inaugural video of the Mary Red Nelson Slim Nation Alumni Show, which is
So
a
we
new youth.
selected Mary. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think you're still going on. Go ahead and try.
We selected Mary for the scholarship because, like Joe B. Fleming, was Mary had a passion for Virginia.
Yeah, we're still getting a bad connection
She
because some
loved Virginia Union,
still getting a bad
and
connection
she
because seems
wasn't going
like
to
I'm
have that.
hearing every other word.
So Mary wanted to have a scholarship named after her after she had passed away. She was going to leave it in her will. So we got wind of that. And as serving as president, she served as president of Richmond chapter. Hold on, let me look for your invite.
I think he's just a little pause. I think he's trying with this on his phone and see if we can switch to the phone just so we can get a clear signal and finish up this inaugural video introducing our new channel for the Mary Red Nelson Panther Nation Alumni Show. And it represents the Mary Red Nelson Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter of Virginia Union University. And it covers all of the Hampton Roads cities, the 7 cities, plus Williamsburg, and all the little counties that are surrounding that it might be some Union alums there. So please come and join us, join our alumni association, be a part of it, be a paying member to help us so we can operate. And our whole purpose is to support Virginia Union University. And as you heard us talk earlier, the president, Dennis Riddick, talked earlier, we've had 2 endowments, one for $25,000 and one for $31,000. So Those endowments last
36,000.
forever.
36.
36, right? Okay, 36,000. Get that right. We want to make sure we account for everything that we contributed. So we're doing some good things. And during the COVID era, we went up there and took bags, supply
What time
bags.
did you send it?
Excuse me?
What time did you send it?
Uh, let me check. I can tell you. It was 8:04 a.m. today, this
Well, I
morning.
got it. I got it.
Okay. So go ahead and try with the phone and let's see where we are. And if you come on and the phone has a better signal, then you can cut off the computer. All right, those watching now, we
It says
appreciate your
yes.
patience as we try to reconnect this so we can have a clear signal here, hopefully. Very important information we're sharing as we launch our new YouTube channel for our alumni chapter, the Mary Red Nelson Hampton Roads alumni chapter of Virginia Union University, covering all the cities in Hampton Roads. And even if you live outside of the area of Hampton Roads and you want to be a part of us, maybe you used to live in Hampton Roads, or maybe wherever you are, it's not a chapter close to you, but you can always join this chapter, the Hampton Roads chapter, because we have our meetings the first Saturday in each month, 10 o'clock, and it's virtually. It's done virtually, and it's makes it easier for anybody to attend the meetings rather than trying to get to a physical place.
I'm logging in, Slim.
Okay, go ahead and let's see what happens. So join us, and the dues are just $50 a year, and it goes a long way to help us with our operating costs. We have to pay for the social media. We have to pay for uh, ways that you can support us, like Cash App or different administrative things we have to pay for. So it helps us cover that and do what else. And when things come up, when a student might need or alum might need some help, it's good if we have some money in the treasury to assist them. So that's what we're all about, assisting our alums and mainly assisting the students at Virginia Union University and trying to help them in any way that we can to make sure they complete their education and have uh, everything they need while they're matriculating there at Virginia Union University. We want them to be successful, and we want them to walk away with their degrees and continue to get their masters and possibly their doctorate degrees, and just wish them all the success as they venture out into this cold world that's out here today. But they are our future, and we are depending on them to make sure that everything goes like it should. It's a little crazy now these days, but I'm confident that the next generation will take care of business. Need people out there that can critically think. Critical thinking is sometimes something that's missing these days. So, how you doing, Dennis? And for your information too, Virginia Union is playing Hampton again this year. Few years back, they're in a different league. They're Division 1, we're Division 2, and I think Division 1 schools can play one. Let's see. Okay,
Can you hear me now, Slim?
Yeah, I think that's a better reception. I think you're coming through clear. Usually the phones are better. It seems like it's going to be a better reception. So I guess you can start off with the name change,
Okay.
and naming it. You probably talked about that, but you were going in and out. So hopefully it's a little clear. But go
Yeah, I
ahead.
pick up from there. In 2021, we changed our name. Um, it was Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter, because we looked at the things that significant contributions that Mary Red Nelson had made to Virginia Union. So we decided to change our name to Mary Red Nelson Hampton Roads Alumni Chapter. Mary was very instrumental. She was the first. Um, she was a member of the Richmond Alumni Chapter. They organized, and she became the alumni. She became the chapter president, and then they all of a sudden voted to have the Virginia Union National Alumni Association. She was the first president of Virginia Union National Alumni Association. Then later on, Mary became was assigned to being a trustee member. So she was appointed to the trustee board at Virginia Union University. So Mary broke a lot of ceilings for a female. She was one of the first alumni female national alumni president, and she served on the board. So, and also when Mary retired, she came back to Hampton Roads area, and she started up, was very instrumental in starting the Portsmouth chapter. So she's been the president of two alumni chapters and a national alumni chapter, and have served on the board of trustees for Virginia Union. Just that's a worthwhile um, commitment and dedication to the university. So that's why we decided to change the name.
Yeah, that's great and well deserved, and we wanted to do that while she could still appreciate it. While she so often these names come after the person is no longer here, and we wanted to make sure that we gave her her flowers while she was here, and that she knew that the chapter was named after her. And I think that was very important. That was very important to us to make sure that she was aware of what the chapter was doing. So I think
True.
that was a big point. So make sure you got your camera, but make sure you kind of center yourself so we can
Okay.
get the whole you. We can get to all of Dennis.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So, in terms of some of the events or things that are happening with the chapter, like I said, we have two endowed scholarships. The first one is a $31,000 scholarship named after Joe B. Fleming. That's a targeted for the Hampton Roads area student. And the second one is $36,000 endowed scholarship. Mary Red Nelson, um, this this chapter is really known as a giving chapter. uh, when we have events, and it's real ironic. I've learned as president, being president for the last 5 years, when we have events and we ask people to participate, um, they end up, they won't, we say give to the university, we get some feedback about giving to the university. But when we say give to the students, we get a lot of participation. People will give to students before they would give to, say, university, because somehow that tugs at their heart. They know they want to do something for the students. Um, year before last, we did 89 COVID survivor tote bags for the students from around Hampton Roads that was living on campus. That was during COVID, and they were isolated. They
Hmm.
couldn't go to the some of the events. So we came up with a tote bag. They had survivor kits. We had food in it. We had gloves in it. We had masks in it. We had temperatures, thermometers in it, and gave a lot of information about them joining us. We participated in a college fair in Virginia Beach. So that was just really good. We also we had donated nearly $1,500 to the band. Um, we've donated almost close to $1,000 to the football team to buy 63 practice jerseys for the football team. So this chapter is known for giving. we give directly to the university. When we raise funds, the money goes not to us, but to the university. And we get the soft credit for it. Money
Yeah.
don't stay in our account.
And I think it's important too, Dennis, that those that you mentioned, the gift bags, and there's other things that we have done where we have direct contact with the students, and the students actually see us. Because I made that trip with you with those COVID bags, and I think they really appreciated seeing the people that were giving them, actually giving them something, seeing people that loved their university and wanted to support them in person, and I think that really helps them. Excuse
Most
me.
recently, we traveled up to the university, to the graduates, the alumni meet and greet, and that was I think a couple of weeks ago.
Hmm.
And I think I want to say the 6th of May, and we identified 28 graduates that we prepared bags for them. We gave them a $25 gift card. We put in there free membership for the first year. That's a $50 membership.
Hmm.
They gave them certificates and inducted them into our alumni association. And next month, we're going to meet with them to get them to come to our summer get together. So we're going to meet with those students, those 28 students.
Yeah, I think it's the 28 students, and of course they are Hampton Roads students, and we also the Hampton Roads football players. We contributed to them the practice jerseys,
Right,
and
right.
because it was like an individual thing, not all the players were going to get those practice jerseys, so we looked out for the Hampton Roads players, which was quite a few. And so if you live in Hampton Roads and you attend Virginia Union University, you will be well supported by the alums that are here, because most of the alums have walked those hollowed halls and been through what you're going through now, and we understand the kind of support that's needed, and that's what we're here for. So
And we have a very good relationship also with the university,
yes.
especially institutional advancement. We've had we've kept contact with them. They are, matter of fact, we are strategizing, trying to come up with some plans. So what we can do for 2024, 25. How can we partner with them a whole lot better in raising funds? We have also once a year, we have an orientation for new members. We've had Dr. James, who's in charge of the mentoring program. We've identified 6 mentors from our chapters to partner with him. We've had Dr. Gizzard, who is from the School of Social Work. She's come and done workshops with us to tell us what we need to do. And most recently, we had Vice President Michael Manigo to come to talk about institution advancement and endowment, bequeathments, and gifts and donations, how to make donations. There's a lot of people who are they love Virginia Union, but at their death they forget to make donations to the university.
Yeah.
We need to have an education and a training about that.
And I must say that our president, of course, the alumni has been around for a long time, and it's always been doing giving back to the university. But since our president Dennis Riddick has been in his position, he really got us put the fire under us and made us do more than what we were normally doing, and sort of think outside of the box as far as supporting the university, because it used to be where a lot of the churches in the local area supported, and that's where a lot of the money came from, and that's not the case now. But so we have to do a lot of the work as far as supporting and raising funds for them, and Dennis was very instrumental in bringing us all together, increasing the membership, and it didn't go unrecognized by the National Alumni Association, because last year he was awarded the Alumni of the Year. And this is throughout the whole United States that the National Association for Virginia Union recognized Dennis as the great alum that he is. And saying that, Dennis, I want to just real quick before we go, I want to know a little bit about your experience at Virginia Union, and how did you end up going to Virginia Union? Were you recruited, or did you have an uncle that went there that suggested you go there? Because you know my story. One day my dad handed me a letter, and I opened the letter and it said, "Welcome to Virginia Union," and I don't remember applying, but I got a letter of acceptance. So, yeah, how did you end up at Virginia Union? And talk a little bit about your experience there as a student there.
My father passed when I was 13, and your uncle, just James Overton, my uncle, and your father was really has played a significant role in my life. He was that father figure. I mean, he stepped forward. By the time we got to high school, I applied to Norfolk State, Virginia State, and Virginia Union. He was on the board of trustees there at the time, so that was a no-brainer. So I'm third generation Unionite.
Yeah.
So he was just pleased when I decided to go there. He was really strong into Kappa. He was on their national boards. He was a pole mark, but he wasn't very displeased when I pledged Alpha.
But you know, 1 out of 2, not bad. You know.
Right. But I was a history political science major when I was in the Union. I was very active with the Alphas. Very wanted to do some things differently, but Virginia Union was so small and the classes were so small. I mean, we waited in the dorms when we had snowstorms. You know, VCU closed down, Virginia State closed down, J. Sergeant Reynolds closed down, but Virginia Union was still open.
You walked in that snow.
Well, yeah, most of those professors that were older professors, they cleared those grounds and they took attendance, and part of your grade was attendance.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they challenged us to go to other schools. They challenged us to be better. And that was really the most exciting part of, I remember in my freshman year, we had an orientation, and Dr. Ellis, who was that time the first Black president of Virginia Union University. And he stood up and he gave a presentation, and I stood up and asked him a question. I said, Dr. Ellis, what advice would you give this class? And he said, never let your problems be bigger than your goals. And that was significant. Never let your problems be bigger than your goals. And that's Virginia Union theme. Their theme is God will provide. Virginia Union has come through two world wars. They've come through famine, pandemic, depressions, and they still survive. They still survive. And we know the story of Lumpkin's jail. We know about the slave jail and Mary Lumpkins, how she freed the slaves. We know how to tell that story because a part of being a Unionite, they train us, they teach us that at orientation.
Right.
They expect us to go out into the world. But my challenge is for all the alum to start giving back to Virginia Union. Yeah,
indeed. And you know, and don't forget about the chapel. And I think that still goes on. You could have a 4.0, 4 point whatever, and get ready to graduate. But if you don't have all your chapel credits, you might march, but you won't get that diploma.
Well, yeah,
that degree.
You had to take another elective religion class.
Yeah. And that was a part of it too. Just like, and I always tell people, just about every roommate I had became preachers, and they didn't come there to be preachers, but something hit them while they were there, and they became preachers. But
I just want to do before I end a shout out to our VUU National Alumni Association.
Sure,
they're doing some awesome work, awesome jobs. 16 chapters they are doing. We meet every summer doing a retreat in Maryland, Oxon Hill, Maryland. A fearless leader, Andrew White, and we have a person in our chapter, Dr. Fontaine, is a member of our chapter. Fontaine, she is a historian. So we're doing some awesome work. Look for some good things to come. She has one more year, and Dr. Lucas is doing some awesome things at Virginia Union. So be on the lookout for some announcements, the things that Virginia Union are doing. Yes,
indeed, and consider Virginia Union as your college of choice. Like we said, it's a small university. The classrooms are small, and even you have situations where some of the professors know who you are to the point where they might even be able to help you out with some personal issues that you might have. It's somebody you can talk to. You're just not a number. You are a student there, and they care about you. And they know when you're not there, and they know when you're not there because of the size of the classes. So it's a great university. And we talked about the HBCUs that are having issues, and some of them have closed over the years. We will not let that happen to our university. There's no way that's going to even get close to that. But we still need your support to make sure we support the students. Go ahead, Dennis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also ask alumni to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many things are happening. When you're not involved, you get misinformation. When you come to the alumni meetings, you know exactly what's going on. A lot of people want to believe negative things because they don't know. I recruited a person in my church, and she know, and I gave her all this information. She said, I did not know all these positive things were going on at Virginia Union. And then she's an active member of our chapter.
Yeah, it's all about knowing and just appreciating what gave you your jump start in your life as far as education is concerned. And you can't forget that. So it's always good to give back, look back, give back, pull somebody up. And that's what our chapter is all about.
Absolutely.
So Dennis, go ahead. Anything else you'd like to say? And
no, I just thank you for helping us. You are a media director for our chapter, and you have taken us to higher heights. And I really don't know where I would be, where the chapter would be without your input and the technology that you have brought to this chapter. You have made a really, really significant difference. And many of the chapters don't have what we have.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dennis, and I humbly accept that because I'm not the media genius. I just do what I can and just try to make sure we have a presence, and that's why we have this YouTube channel called the Mary Red Nelson Panther Nation Alumni Show. And we're going to be here as often as we can, giving you information. And just like the president said, if you want to know the real information, because sometimes you can get misled by what you hear from other sources. But here you'll get the real information, exactly what's going on at Virginia Union. We'll give you the real truth, the good, bad, and the ugly. You know, you have to know that too, because if it's something bad or ugly, you can be a part of helping us making it right. So,
correct. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So indeed. So make sure you tune in on our YouTube channel and tell and share. Well, the first thing you do if you tune in on our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. That's important on our YouTube channel that we have prescriptions, and it helps us with the analog thing and helps us down the road. But anyway, just make sure you watch and share the information. And if you are an alum or if you're a student and you want to come on and you have something to say, we'll gladly bring you on and feature you. And that's what we plan on doing. You're going to see a lot of different things. You're going to see hopefully our president up here from time to time. You're going to see students, present students, telling it just like it is. We want to know the real truth, whether they're going through, how they're enjoying their life. And we're going to talk to alums as well, too. So thanks for watching this inaugural video of our YouTube channel. And if Mr. President, if you have anything else you want to say, if not, we'll sign off. And we want to thank you, Mr. President, for being the first on the show. And we finally got the audio right. So I hope the people that were listening in the beginning sort of hung in there until we got it right. So we know what to do next time, because sometimes the connections, depending on where you are, can be a little funny. But as long as we get that information out to you, and we appreciate you. And in the alma mater, there's one line in there says, "Dear Union, we love you," and that's the way we feel. Take care. We'll see you next time.